Hi everybody. This is the second part that I'm doing the video on Mercury retrograde. Um, this part will be mostly for normal people and light workers, healers. Will not affect so much people within a soul relationship. I will make a completely different video about the soulmates and the twin flames and the effects of the Mercury retrograde. Um, why is so important everybody to know about a Mercury retrograde? Um, a calendar that it's made by Deborah Clement, which is very good. I'll make the link underneath the video. It shows up that we are under Mercury retrograde effects 208 days out of a 365. So if you most of your time you're under effects of Mercury retrograde, would you want to know? Would you want to know what do you do, what's going on, or somebody can explain it to you what really happens? If you take a look at it, that calendar, it's got a pre-shadow effect, and it's have the actual retrograde when it is, and then it's have the after shadow effect on it. It's almost pretty much like 2 full months of Mercury retrograde. Why all those pre-shadow effects are on? Basically, the pre-shadow effect is preparing you for what's coming, preparing you to go. If you haven't looked at the first part of this video of the Mercury retrograde, go ahead and look at it. It's explained that the Mercury retrograde is actually our soul teacher, and that's what's happening in us. But to come back to it, that pre-shadow effect is preparing you for what you actually have to learn. Slowly, little by little, it's shifting you the way the energy within you, the energy within your life, your relationships, your communications. They kind of like little by little, they're slowing down for communicating with, at the human standpoint, to communicating to yourself, to inner self. You might be feel like I don't need to socialize with the Joneses. I don't need to socialize with anybody. I need to go find a place and read a book, and that's gonna be one of those effects. The other effect is, especially within a relationship, if you're married, that effect will be, you know what? I just back home from work, honey. I don't want to hear your stuff. I want to work on myself. I want to lift up my foot. I want to read the Bible, or I want to read this beautiful book about soul. I don't know why, but I gotta do it. I need to have my peace of mind. Or if you're a woman, you just go back home. Usually you tell your day what happened. If they listen to you. If they don't listen to you, well, it is what it is. But you just go back home. You don't want to do the dishes. You don't want to do laundry. You don't want to do anything. But all you want to do is just sit down, chill out, maybe light up a nice candle, and just look at you inside of you, what is going on. That is the preparing effect of Mercury retrograde that's pre-occurring when it occurs. And if you look at the calendar, you will know what to do. And a normal relationship, when a that star comes in, especially when a Mercury retrograde turns on, it's like, okay, you've been prepared of the pre-shadow effect. Now it's Mercury retrograde. You better get your rear end and start learning what you need to learn. And a lot of people have a problem with that because they say, well, I don't want to learn. I don't want to go there. This is not about me. This has nothing to do with me. I don't want to do it. And that's affect a lot of relationships. That can affect your relationship with the spouse. Is like you back home and he says, hey, can we go out? And it's like, no, I don't want to do anything. I was so angry at work. I don't know why, but I was angry. You will reflect the relationship with kids. You back home and they try to tell you something and you're like, oh no, I don't want to do either. And you don't understand that you have to learn something to be a better person, or you have to learn how to overcome problems or overcome what's in your life that's bugging you so much. So during that Mercury retrograde, you're actually learning. You're learning how to be nice. You learn how to be what you work on it. If that's love, you learn love. If that's a relationship, you learn relationship. If that's to be a mother, you learn to be a mother. If that's to be a better coworker, you're a better coworker. So whatever it's have to be learned, this Mercury retrograde, you learn it. The last few days of the Mercury retrograde actual is that you feel like, oh gosh, this is finished. I'm done study. I'm done with this. I'm so happy. I don't know the reason why, but I am happy. And here is the after shadow effect kicks in, and all of a sudden the situation comes out with a lot of tensions, a lot of vibrations, a lot of energy, and that can cause you like, okay, it's a test time. Now it's time for you to practice what you learned during the Mercury retrograde. Did you learn love? Did you learn partnership? Did you learn relationship? Did you learn to be a better coworker, better wife, husband? Whatever you learn, it's time for you to practice. And there's gonna be a point that you're gonna be feel so great because of what you learned, and all of a sudden that day of that you've been so great will comes down, because you will feel that did you perform the right way? Did you did what you needed to do? You're gonna be doing this test to yourself. And as I moved after shadow effects, there's gonna be some days of one day you're up and the next day you're down and you don't know what's going on with you. That it's the self-evaluations that you're doing on your own. That is self-evaluations between did you react as a soul or you reacted of your ego. A lot of people have a problem of the ego because they say, do that. They say, I want you to love me. I want you to do this for me. You are such a such. You have to react in such a way, and that start causing a lot of communication problems. And the people blame Mercury retrograde of it's bad. And Mercury retrograde is not bad. It just show you who you are. Mercury retrograde is great if you understand it. If you understand that this is for you to show you your ego and show you your soul what it needs. And that battle within you is actually how you learn and how you evolve. Basically, in relationships, you gotta learn to become on the same length with your partner, with your spouse, with your co-workers, with your whatever relationships you have. Here's a few points for the people they do light work. They're healers. They're out there doing incredible chants, prayers. For the pre-shadow effects, it's preparing you to go out and learn a new way of light. I was talking about particularly about the people with Reiki. The people with Reiki, they learn how to work with energy. So there is a specific vibrations they understand and they know. So like for instance, in order the light worker to evolve, you learn that vibration within the Reiki what to heal. If you, for example, see somebody who's got a pink aura, you know that person is with a lot of love in them. but they have a problem within the soul. You feel that vibration within the soul, but you don't know how to fix it. So the light worker like this during the pre-shadow effect is asking about this information. During the actual retrograde, they will be told to this Reiki healer how to go ahead and learn the vibrations within the soul, how to heal the soul, how to create this vibration with peace and bliss that the soul needs. And then and after shadow effects will be to perform, to be actually do it. This is how the Reiki will actually start evolving during this Mercury retrograde, and specifically with the divine shift that we are right now. If you're a light worker that specifically works with the crystals, you will learn more about crystals and you will do more about crystals. About the people that working within I am movement within the flame, they will be learning the next stages. Little by little, they will be told what to do and what the test will be. The people get aggravated a lot because they failed the test. And if you fail the test, don't feel bad, the next Mercury retrograde is coming. And that's why when the pre-shadow effect comes in on the next Mercury retrograde, you actually automatically will do pre-evaluation of what you not really got the last time, what you not work on it, and what you're going to be work on it. So when the Mercury retrograde actually hits, you start working on it. The reason I'm saying all this is because the most of the powerful writings that I have, they actually happen during the Mercury retrograde. There is a lot of people, they keep quiet during the Mercury retrograde, but you see a lot of people do a lot of positive posts, a lot of encouragement posts during Mercury retrograde. Those are the people who actually using the energy of the Mercury retrograde, and they performing right on the spot, right there. They're using this soul energy and they just transfer it. And the rest of the people feel that vibration. They understand these vibrations, they know it, and they accept it right when they need it. Anything else that I wanted to say about a Mercury retrograde is that you have to shift your mind of the Mercury retrograde is bad. What you put in your mind, it's what that it is. And if you blame something, why just not look at it in yourself and see what you need to change? Changes are very powerful right now. Changes are incredible. I mean, if somebody told me 2 years ago I'm going to be sitting doing some video on a Mercury retrograde and help everybody else around to understand it, I would tell them you're a big fat liar. But it is what it is. How friends of mine, they say, and I say a lot that word. It just become what I did. And I'm glad to help some more and more people. If you got any more questions about this, please leave a comment or come and visit me on my Facebook page. I help everybody. Anybody who's been coming in and text me or say, hey Dio, I need some help on this, what do you think, or what should I do? I help everybody. What I wanted to finish this is that the next part of Mercury retrograde, which is going to be a part 3, is going to be specifically about the soulmates and twin flames. I know you guys want that video because I made a lot of posts about this. So thank you for watching it, and I hope I will do a great job and keep on doing it. It's my second video now, so thank you very much for watching it, and be love.